Good morning, this is Bob Batunet with Pennystocking 100 to 1000. Welcome back to the series where we take a fresh account on Webull starting with just $100 and show you the journey it takes to grow that $100 into $1,000 over time. And we're back. Today is February 14th, 2020, Valentine's Day. We didn't actually get the meme I thought we was going to get. I thought we was going to get like a red Valentine's Day kind of a meme to the market, but no, the markets are still green, still putting in all-time highs every single day. That seems to be the ongoing meme. But anyways, so we decided to start the series back up. I know we've been gone for a long time, maybe about 6 months, something like that. You know, I've been just getting my things together, getting myself together, you know, working on me. Because how can I teach you guys, you know, to the best of my ability if I'm not performing to the best of my ability? You know, so that's what I've really been working on. And journaling, you know, journaling my success and, you know, journaling my progress and, you know, my slip-ups. That's a big thing. And identifying my strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. And so I recommend you do the same thing. But so we started the series up. Let's get right into it. We started the series up this time with $150. You can see at the top, I've got $150 of instant buying power that has not settled yet. And my net account value at the top is $110, which means that I've made $110 a day. And you just have to add the 150 that has not settled yet. So my account is at 260 right now, which is good. So we had a good couple of trades to start the series back this week. Really good trades so far, and I want to get into those. So, you know, I've been doing a couple things that just have not been conducive to my success. You know, I've been trading for a long time, for about the last 5 years. Not strictly penny stocks. I've been trading a lot of options, mostly options for the last 5 years. And that's just where I have not been seeing my success. And this is where I was talking about the journaling your successes and strengths and weaknesses. Options is just not my strength. And so I know I'm decent at penny stocks while I get my discipline together. I'm pretty good at penny stocks. And so where you see down here, you see where I got some Tesla down here. These are like lotteries, the Twitter, you know. So it's been a lot of controversy going on with Tesla and things like that. So I had to jump on the train. You know, I made a little money, but I lost it all. You know, it wasn't much. And I was playing with like the free stocks they give you from the invitations and stuff like that. So it was like free money. It was house money, whatever. But anyway, so I know that options are not my strength. So we're in the penny stocks. This is where I need to grow my account, grow my knowledge account, and grow my monetary account. And so right into it today, Friday, we have traded. We didn't actually plan to do this because we had all 3-day trades available. We didn't actually plan to do this today, but I went ahead and traded 2-day trades. I was a little bit upset, to be honest with you. I lost $4.08 on GNPX. I was just getting out of that lottery call option on Tesla. You know, I was just tired of looking at it. It wasn't working. It was a flat day, so, you know, everybody just, you know, lost on their options today. So I decided to jump in GNPX. GNPX was the play of the morning, honestly. I just got in a little too late. I watched it, hesitated, because I was so upset from that you know, failed Tesla option contract. And so I got in on this a little bit late. I don't normally do this. I just kind of chased it because I just wanted to make some money back after I just sat up there and wasted up my whole morning on, you know, options. And so I got in here at 10:35 a.m. Trade was no more than 7 minutes. Got out 10:42, so I bought at 5:06, and I actually put my stop loss in at 4.96, and I think I got stopped. Yeah, I got stopped out at 4.92. Now I'm going to explain why. What was my thought process? GNPX was the play of the day, honestly. I mean, and you can see now it's trading at about 4.10 after hours. But yeah, GNPX was the play. Gapped up. I don't even know the news. Something, I don't know. Not that important, but had a nice little gap up. You know, pre-market, this is where you could have actually bought. I'm going to actually explain a lot of my thought process. This is actually a good play to get in on prematurely. Like, if I was not paying attention to my overnight Tesla option, you know, I would have actually seen this go on. This nice gap up from the day before, you know, from the 170s up to the 320s at night. And then, you know, it kind of, when it starts to consolidate here, all pre-market, volume was not extremely high, but it was decent. And it starts to consolidate here. This starts to build a base. This now becomes a very, very low risk entry for the push up. And you can do this on the open straight away. You can just be looking at it and see, okay, and have your finger on the trigger button. I like to have like maybe one or two or three options that I look at, penny stocks that I look at before 9:30. If I'm going to wait till 9:30 or so to jump in, I like to have a few of them that looking at that look really, really good. This looks really, really good for a nice setup. So like I said, if I wasn't not, busy looking at Tesla, I would have saw this. Building a nice consolidation, nice base from the previous day of his gap up, push up. And so immediately this thing broke out, from $3.15 all the way to $4. And, you can just keep watching the 15-minute ticks, just green, 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 green. Nice breakout, consistent breakout. I don't think even if I got in at the open, I don't think I would have held this long. At most, I probably would have been out at about maybe this third tick here, about $5, something like that. But either ways, or at least scaled out. But yeah, this was a nice play here. The first hour of the market. I was, like I said, my mind was in a very, very bad state. I started watching this thing at about this tick here, this third tick right here. And I was looking at it about 450, and I thought, maybe it's a little bit too late. I didn't want to jump in straight away. And so I decided I'll wait for a dip. Maybe we can get a dip right back here to this little area here, which is actually asking for a lot. I was looking for a dip maybe back to about $4, $4.10, $4.20, something like that. The stock was just way too strong. It just kept going. And so it went without me and eventually pushed up close to $5. And at that point, those round numbers like that, $5, I don't like to, buy into that. I feel like I will be chasing. So I didn't want to chase that. I let the whole thing just go up to 575. And I said, you know what? I'll catch the back end of the move. Caught the back end of the move. Long story short, caught the back end of the move after it hit that 575. Got hit with a lot of selling, as you can see from this wick here. I said I'll wait so I can get down to gets down to about close to 5. It wasn't actually touching 5 at first. So I got in at 506 a share, as close as I can get to 5 as possible, because I figured that it'll build a support right there, build a nice little base. But as I saw that it just was not, so I got in on this red candlestick here. As I saw that it was failing to build a base, I said, you know what, hey, let me just go and put a stop loss in, because there was a lot of volume. You can see here, tons of volume, 9 million, 6 million, 9 million, 5 million, a lot of volume going on. So I said there's going to be if there's going to be a stop loss rate around that $5 area, I need to be ready to get out quickly. So I put the stop loss in and actually what happened was my stop loss, if I put it at 496, once that $5 stop loss, everybody's stop loss got hit, immediately between that $5 getting taken out, it straight away went to 480 in a matter of 1 second. So, I got a little slippage in there, and I got filled at 492 instead of 496. But either way, I took a 2% loss on that one. Wasn't a big deal. I knew it was a chase. It is what it is. It was a chase, and it just didn't work out. And so I was a little disappointed at it, but it was, it was going to be a nice little scalp. I was looking to get in at 506 and maybe get out as it tried to retest 550, 560, 570, but it just didn't get there. So I took the little 2% loss. It is what it is. I didn't, I was a little disappointed though that, because since I didn't get any gains that day. And so at that point I started, I wasn't going to try to force a play, but I would have my eyes open. I saw SUMR. Now this was the big gain on the week. Made $107 on this one. Proud of this one. It was kind of a slow grinder, low volume. I saw this one. It was hit about 43 cents a share. I don't know why this is so slow to load, but I saw this one hit about 43 cents a share. But I didn't get in until actually 65 after a few halts. But yeah, so 64. Sorry. You see, I got out at 112 a share, so I made like 70% gain, which was nice. So yeah, the moral of this story was that I figured that GNPX was dying. Once GNPX, this is another. I'm putting you guys up on game right now. This is another Very, very easy thing that you can do. Market sentiment when it comes to these penny stocks. You can kind of always tell, like, what's going on. Always pay attention to what's going on with these plays. Look and see where the money is flowing into. You can tell when GNPX started dying out, it was the play of the morning initially. But once that thing started dying out, and I lost my money on that, and took a small loss on that one, I had to look for the next play. When I saw this one starting to amp up and ramp up, I knew this was it. Now it got to about 50 cents a share. It started, it took out that 48 cents wall, got to 50 cents a share. I was gonna get in, but the bid kept going up and up and up. I could not get filled, and eventually it just took off. It got halted on this candlestick here. Went to 78. I was not gonna chase it. I waited for the next halt for it to come down, and I think I caught it at 64 before the next halt. And then actually after that halt, it actually came down to about 54, 53, something like that. So I didn't catch the bottom at 64. I did not catch the bottom, unfortunately, but it was okay. Got hit with a lot of shorts around here. And I knew that, like I said, people were still kind of late, lag effect, kind of a delay. People were still in GNPX, but I knew they was on their way to this stock. Another tip I like to tell you as far as finding these plays. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this this nice, beautiful, beautiful flat line. And this actually extends on the daily. Beautiful, beautiful flat line. Well, look at here. For the last month or so. When you see a chart like that, this beautiful flat line like that, there's a lot of people understand that means there's typically very low risk involved. So they're not as hesitant to jump in on this stock. So me buying here, 64, where's it gonna go back down to the 30s? It doesn't have it's very, very low risk entry. Like a lot of people see that, and if I see that, they see it too. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really scared to hold through this little choppiness here. All I needed was people to leave GNPX and there was another one, BTAI. Leave those stocks and come to this one, SUMR. As this started becoming the top gainer on the day, over 100% at the time. And so I knew eyeballs were gonna pop up, as you can see right here, eyeballs. 950,000 volume on that one, and I just held on to it for a while, let it run, do its thing, because like I said, there's not much, with this consolidation here, the beautiful flat line I like to call it. It's not much risk, so I let it, ride out through the day. I could have got out right here and with 124. I was thinking about getting out at 120, but then I said, I want to see if it can go close to 150. It did not get there. It's fine. It came back down. I got out at 112. I just could not. I didn't want to take this overnight or anything like that. And even after I was the top it got to was 125, and now it's at 101. So I just didn't want to take it overnight. So I went ahead and sold at 112 and made a nice 70% gain on that one. Beautiful, beautiful gain. So I was glad that I was able to redeem that. And also you can see the volume was here. The float is 14 million. It traded 12 million a day. So a nice low float here. Almost a micro float basically. So that was a really good way to close the week out after some really, really terrible options trades. So I have still been in the markets. It's just that I have not been doing very, very well. As soon as Webull released options this year, I was doing really good actually coming into the new year. But coming into the new year, that's exactly in January. That's when Webull started releasing options to their platform. And that's when I started getting, I started saying, let me try to jump back into options. It's been a while since I've been doing options. And, so that started that train to the downside in my account. But now that we're back on progress to start the penny stocks, and you can see that I've kind of gained, more experience with the penny stocks, gotten a little bit more intelligent with how I describe these stocks and describe what my thought process is, and these patterns and how they repeat themselves time and time again. It's very, very easy, and how to not get greedy, you know what I mean, and you can kind of see how the process works. And I'm going to continue the series along, and we're going to grow this account to 1,000 plus, honestly, really very soon. I'm very confident this time around. And so I know this video is getting pretty long. So we're going to end it here. I hope to see you guys, later on the forums and Profitly forums and things like that. Stock Twist, wherever I see you, we're going to connect. Leave a comment in the description below. Let me know what you want to see me do or anything like that. Also, I want to tell you that I'm in an overnight play. Actually, I forgot to mention that. I am in LLEX. I've gotten a lot better with overnight plays. The only thing that I do is, I'm going to show you right now. It's very, very simple, because I used to try to go out of my way and just search for, based off the chart, search for plays that might look like a good overnight play. I don't do that anymore. I trade off of pure, gap ups in the after hours and volume and hype, because I know that hype will continue the next day in the pre-market, and that tends to work a lot better for me. AIHS does not have volume. It has a nice 70% gap up, but it does not have volume to sustain it. GTEC, no volume. The best thing up here on this after hours gainers is LLEX. It's up 16% right now. Had a nice gap up. It's got the volume. 100K on that first, candlestick there. 114K, 47K, 39K. So it's just, this has the volume. This has potential to have a nice, gap up as people start to find this thing in pre-market on Tuesday after we come back from the holiday. And you can kind of see, if I show you the daily, you can kind of see where I got in at 31.75. You can kind of see that there is kind of resistance here about 36, 37 on the daily. If it can break that, right now we're at 32-ish in the after hours. If it can break that resistance, ideally breaks that in the pre-market as people start to finally catch on a little bit more. If it can break that in the pre-market, we might be able to see about 45, right around here. Right around here, about 45-ish. And that's where I will be looking to sell. Remember, this is just an overnight play. All I look for is, latecomers to come in pre-market. And that's why I love Webull so much for, because I have access to all hours of the pre-market. So if there's a pump that happens straight away at 4 o'clock, as soon as the pre-market opens, if the pump goes up 4 or 5, 6 cents, or maybe 10 cents, 15 cents, I'm going to go ahead and take my winnings right then and there. That's fine. So I like that. This has become a very, very profitable overnight strategy for me, especially as a small account holder, because you easy to get in, easy to get out, easy to get in after hours, easy to get out in the pre-market, And so this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been having a lot of success with. Just find a play that all the newbies and everybody's going to flood to in the pre-market, and it's going to have a nice gap up, and you sell into that spike. That's it. And remember, you don't have to get greedy with this. You don't have to hold this the whole day. And what I do is I look to try to get out into whatever first spike I can get out into, and judge it accordingly, of course, because there might be more room for more running. But I don't like to get too greedy with this. I take the meat in the move. It's an overnight play. You don't use a day trade. It's extra credit. That's it. It's just extra credit, and you make a free. Right now you can see my position is up. My position is up like 2% right now. That's going to go up more because the stock is not, it's only up 1 cent from where I bought in right now. But if I walk away from this thing with like a, 5, 10, 15% gain on Monday morning, it's extra credit. It's fine. It's beautiful. It's extra credit, aside from my 3-day trades per week. So this is what I've been doing with my overnight trades. I just wanted to kind of share that with you. This is what I'm in right now. Like I said, I got in at 31.75 is my average price. Right now, it's sitting at 32. I would like to get out around maybe between 37 and 45 in that area if I can. If not, I'll take whatever I can and move on and find a new day trade from that point on. But this is what I've been doing. I've ran it on and on and on, but I just wanted to share that with you, that I've gotten so much better with my selection, and very, very basic and simple. You can do this too. This is very, very easy. It's all about discipline. It's boring, but it's all about discipline. And this is how you do it. Grow your account. This is it. And so, as I said, I'll see you guys next time in the series, Pennystocking 100 to 1,000. But until then, we just encourage you all to stay motivated, stay inspired, study hard, and eventually, penny stocks will reward you. Thank you.